Hello everyone. I've decided to make a video today. It's been already a month since I made my last video. Yeah, I'm feeling today's 12/12 and last month I did one on 11/11 and right now it's 4:44 and that's just a little bit crazy because yeah, the numbers have been really speaking to me lately. There's just every time I'm looking, it's just like so that is telling me that I really need to put this out there. For whatever reason, sometimes I'm not always sure. But I am feeling a lot of energies coming in. Like in yesterday, I did a beautiful breathwork workshop at Flowland here in Montreal with Solomon Kruger and his beautiful companion Jeanne. And it was just a small group of people, 12 or 15 people, I'm not sure. Just beautiful connecting to your breath, and it's something that was developed. I think it was in the 60s or 70s, but I thought it was a Tibetan tradition, but it actually might come from another place. Anyways, I'm not sure about that. But I've done a few breathwork ceremonies, and one beautiful woman named Christabel that I met in Hawaii back in August. She has her own website and her own business called Bliss Breath Academy, I believe. I'm going to put the link underneath because this is such powerful ways of connecting with, um, you know, with your breath. Breath is life, but also the taking in and expelling the air in a very kind of repetitive pattern, kind of like a circular infinity breath. Just you can have all kinds of experiences and without taking any substances, which is very interesting and can give you a lot of insight into your body, your place. I've had moments of completely dissolving and then kind of re-emerging, and when I re-emerge, I feel as if something's been shifted or upgraded in myself. Another thing is sometimes you can have expansions, like massive heart expansions that happened to me last year, and then in my hands, because we also have heart chakras in our hands, and just everything tingling. And so it's a very interesting experience. I would truly recommend doing any type of breath work, and to be accompanied perhaps for the first time by somebody who does this regularly, professionally. And then if you want to do it on your own, then that's another experience. And yeah, so that I was doing that last night, and yeah, a lot of energy is moving in a lot of people. It really we're feeling that right now. This is a time of expansion and transformation, and as I said, there's a lot out there right now on the ascension process, and different things that we're experiencing. What is that? The ascension. Basically, it's like we're upgrading. It's like we're going into a higher version of what's possible as humans here. And yeah, that also means being more responsible for everything that we do. Being conscious of our acts. It's Christmas time right now, and I have children, and sometimes we want to buy them things. We want to, and it's okay to do that in a responsible way and to not overdo it. I feel, because there's like 7 billion people on the planet, and of course it's not. Some people have like absolutely nothing and cannot eat every day, and then others are just like. I've always thought that of like how imbalanced we are when you see that, the obesity problem, and then but I mean, these are situations that eventually will be like a distant memory, because it's just not going to hold anymore. These systems are not holding out. So anyways, I've studied a lot of that in my geography program and environmental issues, and And there's a lot out there about that, but I do think that everything comes back to consciousness and to us having our authentic experience. That's why I call it embodied wisdom. It's because I'm not following, I have lots of information from different sources, but ultimately it's your own inner truth that will guide you into where you need to be next, and who you need to be around, and who you need to release. And these also happen naturally. Sometimes they're forced upon us when we can't seem to make up our minds. The universe will give us signs and little pushes, and when you really think that the universe is aligning with your highest interests, and you believe that, and every day you know that your experiences, that you're getting better and better versus worse and worse, because that's our perception. And if we just keep I guess believing that. I was listening to Bruce Lipton this week and Lynn McTaggart on Facebook. They were having a live chat, and these are two people I've been following for years now, with the belief and also the power of prayer. And so what Bruce Lipton, repeats is how Einstein said, the field is the sole governing force of the particle. So basically everything happens in the field of thoughts, ideas, and like the seeds of, and then whatever we intentionally bring and then focus on and amplify, well, then we're going to be experiencing more of that, whatever that is, whether it's negative or positive. And I'm not here to say like, oh, everything has to always be positive and happy, and we need the contrast. It's all about contrast in this reality. And so once you've experienced those contrasts, you can start making choices about which ones you prefer to be in. So I know that I've had enough of the massive contrast. And oh, there's Louis, my old guy. He's chillaxing behind me. I had Dee Dee there just about 10 minutes ago, and so yeah, cats, they like to be around. They like to be in the field. I've noticed that every time I meditate, or I feel my frequencies are higher, they just like come around, they're purring, and so they're definitely feeling something. They spend like 90% of their time meditating, right? So they must know a few things. So yeah, I guess today I'm just talking. There's not a particular topic that I want to necessarily focus on. I just really felt that whatever wants to come through, I'm going to trust that. I've been practicing with my beautiful friend Talia recently, who is a Tantra yoga teacher. And we met doing a toning workshop for using our voices. A few years ago, we met there. And we've both been on our path of like, self-realization through becoming yoga teachers and meditation, and also different experiences, whether it's ayahuasca or kambo, which is another, it's a type of frog that has a poison, and it's supposed to, you put it in your bloodstream and then it releases toxins. And so, there's all kinds of stuff out there. And if you're guided by professionals who know what they're doing, it's all good. You're purging, you're getting rid of very old programming that is in your cellular structure, and often in our DNA. And but we can, even through our thoughts, we can reprogram ourselves, which is kind of with the quantum technology, I guess it's becoming super interesting to study this, and then to practice it. I'd like to practice always more. I always feel like I'm, but that's my own personal relationship with always wanting to master or next level. But sometimes it's just like, okay, you've done enough. You can stop, absorb, process, integrate, as all of this is transforming, transmuting, But some of us are just, we're here for that. We're like adventure. I need to understand what this reality is about. I need to go deeper into this reality and this consciousness. And then things can start to get really strange, interesting, strange, but also magical and adventurous. So, that's for me. I know that this is where I need to be at this point in my life. I truly enjoy also having a family and being part of a community and doing very grounded things like growing food. I'm really into permaculture, and I'm really excited about creating my regeneration oasis, which will be launching in the spring or early summer. So that's coming along well, and I'll be moving in a couple of weeks. So my next video might be from my new space, but I mean, it might look the same because it might be the same couch and the same cat, and but I'll be closer to nature and just a new community, new vibe, lots of old trees and nature trails and stuff. So I really look forward to discovering my new environment and to do some more breathing. So I've got these oracle cards. I think I've shown them before. The Mystic Shaman, and I'm just gonna pick one because I always find that they're really relative to the energy and to information, and they might serve whoever's listening. I like to listen to tarot. Sometimes I listen to, I'm just discovering how it all works. And whoops, this one just flipped out. It's 51, and it's the staff. So 51. I have my candles out. It gets dark here at 4 o'clock in Montreal Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, what does this say? 51. The staff. So the staff is a symbol of authority. It holds the power to temper extremes. The staff helps you find the right course of action and the way of the middle, and aids you to maintain your balance after you begin walking in that direction. Moses carried a serpent staff through the desert, and with it he could summon the power of nature to heal or call plagues. The staff reminds you of the impermanence of all things, and that your authority must come from your deep longing to serve. You know how to flow easily between polarities, how to weigh all possibilities and instinctively select the right path. Trust your inner wisdom and take the first step on a journey that your heart has already embarked on. Use the power of the staff to unite what appears to be divided, to find that delicate balance between will and surrender. That's so true, like we're creating our realities, and so we need to make decisions as to what potential we want to put energy into. Energy flows where attention goes, right? So that's your will to move, to action, to manifest, which is a masculine energy and comes from the solar plexus, your gut, and moving forward. And and then surrendering is, okay, I've put it out there, I've done what I can, and now I just need to surrender to what the universe is going to be guiding me next. And that's very intuitive, and that's very feminine, and usually it's connected to our heart. And but obviously it's the mind, and it's also your communication, like all of the chakras work together. But surrendering is really that place of allowing, putting certain action, like having an action plan, but also knowing that you're going to know. And that's how the intuition is. So it's like, which one comes first? It depends, it's all, you just need to find that balance between your will to push things forward and then you're surrendering back to allow. And it's a dance, and the more we play around with that, the more comfortable we get with it, then the more we're in a flow, and we don't have to be as blocked or yeah, sabotage, block ourselves from advancing in where we need to be going, if we're aligning with our destiny or if we're off track. And if we're off track, things will happen that will force us back on track. And I'm speaking from my own experience, because I've been off track a lot to know, and then to come back, and that's it. I'm 44 now, and I know a lot, and I know that I'm gonna just keep learning. I'm learning exponentially all the time. I love to learn, and to experience that, to embody that, what my how my experience is teaching me. So so the medicine also for this is, you are caught in a delicate balance between opposing forces, between masculine and feminine, between action and non-action. Use this to your advantage, as there can be no day without night, no low without high, and no wrong without right. This is the time to take corrective action, beginning with your beliefs about what needs to be fixed or repaired. Let destiny take its course, nudging it slightly along. So yeah, again, it's just talking about the will and surrender, and sometimes we can be in a really uncomfortable place where we lack clarity, we don't know where we're going, and that's the most uncomfortable place, when we can't make up our minds. It's just going back and forth and back and forth, and we've all been there, right? But just choose to perhaps just be quiet and go within, to find the answers. Take some time out, journal. I mean, that's the way I do it, and even then, I still sometimes lack clarity, and but I am trusting. I'm trusting more and more, because you just know. I just feel like I'm gonna know, and I'm gonna trust, and I'm gonna move forward, and things are always beautifully unfolding and manifesting in my life these days. So so this is just a little message. 17 minutes, so a bit longer than I had previously thought, but hopefully this can guide or assist anybody that's listening right now. Also, Lynn McTaggart, that I mentioned before, has a book called The Power of Eight, where she talks about when groups of people of 8 or more come together, whether it's physically or even virtually, and they set their intention for prayer for somebody who's sick, or well, it actually has an effect, and there's a lot of proof now that is coming out that is showing that, and that actually the field that we send out into does have an effect. So if you have anyone, you can join that list. I'm on the email list of Lynn McTaggart's. So there's people to pray for, that you can just take a few minutes out of your day and send them some healing energy. And also sometimes there's people on Facebook who post people that are sick, or things are really, or they're going for an operation. So just think about, even like what you send out and offer comes back to you like tenfold, and in many different ways that you don't really count or know about. But just the more we give, the more we receive, and that was something that was mentioned last night too, in our beautiful gathering doing breathwork. So okay, thank you. And if you do like my videos, you can click and subscribe. I'm going to be doing more regularly and focusing on different topics. But again, this is, maybe a Pisces way of doing it, just going with the flow, seeing what wants to come up and what I'm experiencing right now. And knowing that we're all in this together. This is a global consciousness movement that we're integrating. And some of us are just leading the way showers, we're just like, but we're just waves and waves going into higher states. And yeah, just take care, have great holidays, and wish you well. Bye.